Hello there and welcome to another edition of the program Total Woman on AD4 TV Radio. My name is Mute Olori. Girls and women have a right to engage in civil society issues, vote in elections, elected into offices, and make their voices heard in any process that will ultimately affect them and their society. Elections show how men dominate political and politics globally, despite the fact that they constitute the majority during voting exercise. In the 2020 election in America, women outnumbered and outvoted men, with the President of America, Joe Biden, winning the election with 57% of women compared to 45% of men. In Nigeria's 2019 presidential election, Nigerian women signaled their intention to make their voices heard during the election, accounting for about 47.14% of the 84,484 million registered voters nationwide. While women make up 47% of registered voters for the 2019 election, in Nigeria, only 8% were cleared to vie for electoral positions. For the presidential election, men swayed women by a ratio of 12-1. So the percentage of women presidential candidates stands at 8%. While at the National Assembly, which is the legislative arm of the government, only 7 out of 109 senators were women, and 22 of the 360 House of Representative members are women. Similarly, only 4 out of the 36 deputy governors in Nigeria are women. On today's episode of Total Woman, we will be discussing the participation of women in elections and how it can influence them in occupying key political positions. My guest on the program is a retired director of INEC and the National Secretary, League of Women Voters of Nigeria, Dr. Regina Omoagege. You're welcome on the program.
Thank you, Mute, for having me.
All right. So, how would you describe women's participation in election and politics in general?
Okay, I listened to you carefully while you were introducing the program, and you did say that women voted more than men. But I was happy when you said that this program was about how women could participate in politics. I need you to understand that participating in politics is different from voting. Voting is a civil right. I mean, if you have to have an input on who leads you, you have to vote. But politics, in another sense, is a kind of belonging to a club, belonging to an organization. Everybody cannot be a politician. But if everybody wants to be, why not? So in this case, I can see you are interested in saying that women are not properly represented in politics. Then I will now throw a question to you. Whose fault is it? Is it the fault of the men? Is it the men that are saying that women should not participate in politics? That is a question you have to answer before you can be convinced that women are the ones not actually participating in politics. For many reasons that are not true, for many reasons that arise from fear. If you want to belong to a political party, you are a married woman, did your husband stop you? Did you discuss it with your husband? If you discussed it with your husband and he stopped you, then you ask yourself some other questions. Why did he stop me? Is it because I'm an overbearing woman? Is it because I'm not a positive woman? Because politics is open for everybody to join. So if as a woman, you want to excel, you want to participate in politics so that it can lead you to holding positions in office, you are free. The men, to me, from my own seeing and from my experience, while I worked at the Independent National Electoral Commission, I didn't see how men disturbed women from joining political parties. Maybe I should hold it there for now.
No, interestingly, that's my next question.
Oh, good.
From your experience, why do you think that women were not so much involved like the men?
Good. It's like asking me to answer a question that I don't have an answer to. We are all women. But maybe if you ask the men, they will tell you they are politicians. So it's possible that men like playing politics more than women. One. But most importantly, I want you to know that this life we live today does not belong to God, to us. It belongs to God. And when God created man and woman, he made the man the head and said the woman was the helper. Couldn't it be that men naturally assume position of leadership because of the way God has endowed them, because of the mandate God has given them, and women now fear that, if I am trying to go to lead, the men might not agree. Don't you think maybe that is what is drawing them back, rather than blame it on society? Because women have excelled in politics in so many countries. In the world today, we talk about women presidents, women vice presidents, women senators. If they did not dare to come out to participate in politics, they can't get there. So I want to believe that one of the most important factors why women are not into politics like men is because of the mandate God gave to men to be leaders. Take it or leave it, I want to believe that is
So
the
it
root.
means that we in Nigeria were practicing more of the religious and cultural connotations more than any other parts of the world?
I did not say Nigeria. I said in the world. I even said in the world today we have female vice presidents. The world, whether you like it or not, east, west, north, south, belongs to God. And the mandate he gave to a man at creation is to lead. And I'm saying it is that mandate that it is driving more men to be in politics than women. I'm not saying women are not in politics. You are bothered about their representation. They are not well represented. Perhaps because you're a woman, you feel if they are there, they will speak more for you. But me, I would rather go for good governance, whether a woman or a man, as long as you give me good governance. That is what I will crave for. I'm a woman. I like women to participate in politics, but they should come out and stop shouting they are not being given positions. If you come out, you join a political party, you bring something to the table, you go along, the men will even respect you and push you more than other men. But I am just saying that maybe what is driving the men is the mandate God gave to them. That mandate was not given to women to lead the men. I need you to understand me very well. The mandate God gave to men is that they are the head. Perhaps that is what is driving them to be more in politics than women. I'm not saying women are not there. And I'm not saying women should not be there. If they have the drive, if they have the courage, if they have the ambition, the field is open.
During elections, we find out that more women come out en masse to vote, more than sometimes the men. But you also find out that when it comes to elective offices, the women are not ably represented. In your opinion, why do we find, why is it like that? You talked about courage, boldness. Is it that the Nigerian woman lacks that courage and boldness to get into elective office, but they don't lack the courage to come out and vote?
Voting is a civil right. For you to vote, you have to register as a voter. And then on the voting day, you come out to vote. Nobody forces you. Nobody, it is your power. So perhaps women come out to exercise their power. Your vote is your right. You give it to who you like. But holding an office is something you have to go in for, struggle for, believe in. Okay, I've seen this political party. I align with their ideology. I like what they say they want to do. I want to join them. Then you join. It is not a civil right, it's a civic responsibility. But voting is. If we want to vote for a president now, everybody must come out to vote. It's a civil responsibility. But holding political office is not a civil responsibility. It's a political game. It's a political drive. I want to be a politician because I want to be a governor. So I'm going to join this political party. And when I get there, I will put in my best. I will bring in my ideas. This is what I want to sell. You sell it, they buy it, and they push you. Then you contest. But for voting, you are not contesting. You are leaving your house to cast your votes. So you have to be able to distinguish between these two. Participating in your civil rights and participating in politics. In politics, you have a drive. You have an ambition. You have a target. You have an aim. You are driving at something. But in performing your civil responsibility, you want to choose a leader. Is it clear? So women, our population are high. Our husbands even push us to go and vote. Maybe your husband is contesting something, he will mobilize you, mobilize your family, mobilize everybody around. Go and vote for me. But he is not going to mobilize you to go and contest. Am I communicating at all?
I really want to know the reason behind that. So it's a personal choice if women have to get into elective positions.
It is not a personal choice. You have to get into a political party. If you are not in a political party, you cannot contest any election. For you to be in governance, you have to belong to a particular political party. You must contest an election and win for you to be governor. You must contest an election and win to be a member of House of Rep, State Assembly, to be a senator. You must contest, so you must belong to a political party. But you don't need to belong to a political party to vote. You just have to have a preference for a political party. You have a, okay, this is their manifesto, this is what they have said they will do, I like it, I'm going to vote for them. Some may vote for flimsy reasons. He give me bag of rice that day. Others will say, now he give me that cloth. Oh, he sent 2,000 naira to me. But these are not reasons for voting. You vote for good governance. And the women come out to vote, men come out to vote, but not all of them can go and contest elective positions. This is the distinction you have to make.
And this is the distinction that a lot of women need to understand and to be educated about. Yes. I'll take a short break. When I come back, we'll talk more with my guest, Pastor Regina Omoagege, PhD. Please don't go away.
There's a wind of change blowing over Nigeria, and it's coming from the Tertiary Education Trust Fund. If you want to find out how TED Fund is bringing the Nigerian government, industry, and the academia together to drive a new knowledge economy, tune in to this station every Wednesday at 8 p.m. for TED Fund, The Paradigm Shift. It's informative, it's innovative, and it's exciting. TED Fund, The Paradigm Shift, proudly produced by 84 TV Radio.
All right, welcome back. It's the Total Woman on 84 TV Radio, and my guest, Pastor Regina Omoagege, PhD. We've been looking at women's participation in politics and in elections. And we've been educated today to know that there is a distinct difference between women voting, which is a civic responsibility and right, and women participating in elective offices, because that is a personal choice. You must be in a political party. You must belong somewhere if you want to get elected. So with women population and participation in elections, what do you think we should begin to do differently that we are not doing if we must change the narrative or get into some of these positions?
Okay, the narrative of women getting into positions. What I think women should do is to warm up, get into political parties, and sell their ideas, and then make sure they get tickets from their parties to stand for election. Because you have to know that women voting is not the same thing as women participating in election. Let's take, for example, for a union election. I have to belong to that union for me to contest the election. But I cannot just say, because I work in a place and I didn't register for the union, then I'll go and contest. It is very key and very important to know that you should belong to a political party, a registered political party. Let me say this again. There are countries where they have independent candidates in which you don't need to belong to any political party. So where there is a country that allows for independent candidates, the woman will just present herself for election, and then you can vote for her because she's a woman, if that is what you want. But I will say that for you to vote for a woman, she has to have what it takes for the office she's presenting herself for.
But in Nigeria, you have to belong to a political party.
Yes, for now.
For you to
Yes.
be able to participate.
Yes. You have to belong to a political party.
Let's look at some of the policies in place. Do you think there are any that limit women from really, because I know there are a lot of women that belong to political parties, but you still find out that sometimes you only hear them as, this is a woman leader and all that. But you don't find a lot of women, even within the political party, picking up some of these forms. What are those things? Is it policies within the party, or the certain things holding women or limiting them from vying for this political?
A political party is a body of people that come together with the same ideology, the same goal, right? So if you are a woman and you want to join a political party, the first thing you should do is to pick their constitution and read it. If the constitution is democratic enough, I know that section 223B of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria says that there should be a periodic election in every political party. And again, political parties, the national executive, should be made up of 2/3 of the federation, which means a political party is a group of people that come together from different parts of Nigeria, representing 2/3 of this country. That is 23 or 24 people must be from different states. Good. And they have a constitution. So for you to join the party, you read the constitution. How does it favor me as a woman if I want to go into elective position? If it doesn't favor you, then don't go there. But if the constitution of the political party is such that is open, anybody can contest, then go in and try your luck. Campaign like the men, canvass for votes, and if you get the ticket from the primaries, the party will field you for the election. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that fine?
We've also heard about cost, as a reason why some women cannot, vie for some of these positions.
You see, I'm going to say something that is not popular. I'm going to say that many women today always say that they are the ones feeding their homes. Some of them will tell you that my husband left me and I'm the one taking care of the children. Is it only when it comes to buying forms for political parties that they don't have money? There are there are women that are richer than men, and there are men that are richer than women. So why should the money be a problem? And if you don't have the money, you can ask for assistance. I know women who are richer than men. I know women who floated political parties. I know women who have more money for elections than men. So I will not buy that. Many people say so, but I look at it from different angles. If you can cry that I'm the one taking care of my children, the man has left me, and you want to join politics, you should also be able to buy the form. That's my take on that.
So,
I don't want to.
So you don't think that there should be some kind of concession for women if they need to buy the form?
That is discrimination.
So what's your take about the 35% affirmative action?
Very good. What is affirmative action? Is it about election? Is it about governance? Is it about giving women positions? If it is about giving women positions, the 35% will also be given to women who are qualified for it. Are they just going to pick any woman who is not qualified? I don't believe in discrimination. I believe in a woman holding position. I believe in a woman going for elective position, but she should be ready for it before she goes. That is my take. I may not be on the popular side. Because I don't believe a position.
I like that.
I don't believe a position should just be given to a woman just because
she's a woman.
Is she qualified for it? It's like when you cry at when a 12-year, 7-year-old girl gets pregnant. It hurts you.
Yeah.
She's a woman. She's a woman. But why are you hurt that at that tender age she's having a pregnancy? So I am always hurt too when you are advocating that a position should be given to a woman who is not qualified for it. If there are 30 women qualified and there are 30 vacancies, give it to them, because I know women are performers.
Wow, wow. And of course, they've really done well.
They've done well.
In some of
They're
those.
very-
Yeah, but
they've
most
done
of them
very,
are
very well.
appointive positions. And
No, even in elective positions, it's just that they are not many.
Many.
They will get there.
Yeah.
They will get
Yeah.
there.
Especially if we take into cognizance some of the things you pointed out now.
Good.
So why cry foul when you're not in a political party?
Thank you.
To be able to take that
Thank
position.
you.
Okay.
You have to be in a political party to contest an election.
Okay, let's look at your position as the National Secretary of the League of Women Voters. What is your organization's focal point in seeing that more women get into?
I happen to be in an organization that is very, very passionate about the development of women politically. The total, all-round, I keep saying it that I love the League of Women Voters of Nigeria because of its focus on the well-being of the girl child. The League of Women Voters is very, very interested in women participating in politics, and that is why they train them, they educate them on the things they should do. Just as I've told you today, the League right now as we speak is very interested in the voter registration exercise being carried out by INEC. They are encouraging every girl child from the age of 18, because that's the voting age, to go and register. And they are equally encouraging women to join various political parties. That is how it starts. You have to start the mentoring there. When you start there, you lead them and they will get there. Yeah.
So what's what's your opinion? Because we see that a lot of young girls really do not know. So where does voters' education come in?
At what point does...
Yes.
You see, voter education to me, I will be speaking now maybe as an old staff of INEC,
Yes.
and as the Secretary of the League of Women Voters. Voter education should be a continuous education. Even as a mother, as a father, you should educate your child in the house that, you see, governance is about voting. So you have to register when you are 18 so that when elections come, you can vote. So I don't peg the advocacy for registering at any age. A child of 6, you know. I don't know if they teach social studies in school these days. They should teach them starting from school. And the mothers and the fathers should make sure these children know. They know their rights. As from 18, you vote. As from voting, you have a passport. As from 18, you have a driver's license. 18 is a critical age. So you should know these things before you are 18. So that when you get there, you can buy into them very well.
So finally, before I let you go,
Yes.
a lot of people do not know the benefits of, having a voter's card or even going out there to register. Maybe you enumerate some of these benefits as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and as a woman for you to have your voter's card or go out there to register.
Okay, this is what I'm going to say. Your voter's card is your power. It's your power to have a say in the governance of your country. Without a voter's card, you cannot vote for the leader that you want. But with your voter's card, one vote can decide the leader. One vote. So your voter's card is very critical, it's very important. It is something you must have if you must have a say in the governance of your country.
Your voter's card is your power.
It's your power.
And if you want to get into any elective office, then join a political party.
Sure.
And there's no age limit. From 18, you can join any
Sure,
political
you can.
party.
From
Wow.
18.
Now you've heard it. Thank you so much for being my guest on the program today.
Thank you so very much, Mute.
So women's right to participate and be represented in all spheres of life is vital in fully
Critical.
realizing their roles as agents and beneficiaries of development in any country. The more women in the political and business arena there will be a just, equitable, and peaceful world. Investing in girls and women's rights to political participation is a necessity to achieving global gender equity and democratic governance. My name is Muti Olori. I'll be with you again next week with another guest. Bye-bye.